Welcome back. A warm welcome to you. Thank you for again viewing. So last video we have seen how to find out coordinates of the point which is dividing a line segment in a specific ratio. Let me take a simple straight line here. Suppose I say this is a straight line with coordinates a comma b. What we have seen is we have derived a formula to find out the coordinates of the point which divides AB, that means AP PB, in the ratio L is to M. That's what we have seen, right? I am just trying to give a recap of that. So what's the formula we have found? Let me just write it down here. The formula we found is, that's coordinates of P. I'll say Px comma y nothing but equal to Lx2 plus Mx1 by L plus M. This we have seen in the last video. If you are not clear, please go through that once. It should be clear to you. These are the coordinates. These are the coordinates of a point which is dividing a given line segment with coordinates x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 in the ratio of L is to M. Now what's midpoint? Midpoint is nothing but, if somebody comes and asks you, right, let's take a number line, okay, right, this is pretty simple, right? Suppose I have, this is my origin 0 comma 0 comma 0, and I'm just taking a simple example. Now forget about the other axis. If somebody comes and asks you to give the midpoint, what you will do? You will measure this and find out the point which is off, and you will cut it. What's the meaning of that? That means this ratio is 1 is to 1, right? I think you are with me. Now that's very straightforward, right? Okay. Now what's the meaning of what we can do with our generic case? We know L is to M, right? So what happens in the case of midpoint? In the case of midpoint, L equal to M. So obviously L is to M will become L is to L. That's nothing but 1 is to 1. That's what we have seen just now, right? L is to M equal to 1. They are in the ratio. Now simply L equal to M equal to 1, if I substitute, I should get the midpoint. Let us say the midpoint is somewhere here. Yeah, let's say that it's a midpoint C. Okay, right. We want to find out the coordinates of C. So I will say C coordinates. How we want to denote it? You can say, let me say x3 is not there, so I will say x3 comma y3 is equal to, let's substitute it in the formula. L is 1 into x2 plus M is 1 plus x1. That means it's nothing but x1 plus x2. L plus M, that is 2. Similarly, you can check here, this is nothing but y1 plus y2 by 2. It's pretty simple. So if somebody comes and asks me, can you please tell me what is the midpoint of this segment AB, what I will do? I will look at the x coordinates, take the mean of that. Similarly, I look at the y coordinates and take the mean of that, right? It makes sense. See here, what we are doing at the end when we are plotting the points, we are taking the horizontal distance and vertical distance, right? This is my whole horizontal distance, I am taking off of it. This is my whole vertical distance, I am taking off of it. Obviously it will become the midpoint. So that's about the midpoint, right? Now once we know midpoint, now we are ready to learn something new. Let's see what is centroid, okay? How to find out coordinates of a centroid. Okay. So let me just erase this. Thank you. Let's start. This is going to be very interesting. Yeah. So centroid is something like center of gravity of objects. Similarly, three-dimensional objects are triangles. center of mass or center of gravity. Okay, right. So this is a triangle. I'm not going much deep into it. We'll just leave it what is needed for your standard. Okay, this is ABC, right? Now, to know about centroid, let me just give the formal definition, maybe layman's definition, right? Centroid is nothing but point of intersection of medians of a triangle. Medians of a triangle. Okay. No, doesn't sound nice to me. I don't know what is median. Okay, let's know about median. Median is pretty straightforward. Let me take a simple triangle. Suppose this is the triangle I have. A, B, C. Okay, I'm just giving you the definition of median here. Median is line joining or line segment, you can say. Line segment joining a vertex to opposite sides midpoint, or you can say midpoint of the opposite side. Doesn't make sense? I think it should be fine, right? Okay, right. I'm repeating again. We are going to now find out the coordinates of a point called centroid, which is very important with respect to the triangles. Like how we have center of gravity, centroid is something like a center of mass. We will learn more about it, okay, once we advance to the next classes. We have so many interesting points, like we have circumcenter, we have incenter, we have orthocenter, we have excenter, and also centroid, right? Okay, maybe in center we will take it after this example. For now, let's focus upon centroid. So I said centroid is nothing but point of intersection of medians of a triangle. Now the question comes, what is median? Yes, first let us learn about median, then we will go to the centroid. So if I know what is median, I understood from this that I have to draw three medians. Their point of intersection is nothing but my centroid. Now we will derive the formula. It's pretty simple. It's going to be very, very easy. Okay, believe me. Let's see what is median. What the definition says? Line joining a vertex. So let me take this as vertex A and a vertex to opposite sides midpoint. Just now we have learned how to find out midpoint, right? Suppose I have two coordinates here. I will average the x coordinates, average the y coordinate. I will get my midpoint. So I know how to find out the midpoint. Now you join this line. This is simple, right? Similarly, you can do it on the other side also. You can do here also. These are medians. If you join these medians, this is nothing but your centroid. Seems very nice, right? Interesting. So let's find it out. Okay, we will take some coordinates like x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, and we will see how to get this. Okay. Now let me erase this. I'll go to the big triangle so that we'll finish it. Okay. This is about median, right? Now let's find out what is centroid, right? So let me name them. Let me say that this is x1 comma y1. I haven't given you one information. I will give you that x2 y2 x3 y3. Okay, I have another information with me. I will give you once I draw the medians. Let me draw the medians. What we know about medians? Medians is nothing but a line segment joining a vertex to opposite sides midpoint. So let me find out where is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. Okay, fine. Now let me join them to the opposite side. Super. Now centroid we generally denote by alphabet G. G we call it as centroid. Okay, just remember that. Now, what is the additional information I have? With this, I cannot go anywhere, right? Okay, you told me I know the coordinates, I can find out the midpoints, but what? There is a way I can do it in a very, like a little bit time taking way. What I can do is, I know the midpoint here, I can find out this equation. Similarly, I know the midpoint here, I can find out this line equation. Then if I am able to find out the point of intersection, it takes a lot of time. Yeah, even you have simple ways why to go that way. So the information we know is that, suppose this is D, right? Okay, the information I have is AG is to GD is nothing but equal to 2 is to 1. This is pretty good input. Oh, now it seems to be easy, right? Now it seems to be easy because I know A, I can find out the coordinates of D by using my midpoint formula, and you are telling me that AG is to GD is 2 is to 1. Yeah, I learned that couple of videos back that I have a line segment with points and I know the ratio. I can apply my formula. You remember what is that formula? You remember L is to M, Lx2 plus Mx1 by L plus M. Just now we have gone through that, right? So let's go ahead and implement that and see what happens. I will do it for X first. Okay, you can see that it's the same for Y also. Okay, right. Now this is X3. What will be the X coordinate here? X1 and X2, right? So what will be the X coordinate? X coordinate, the coordinate of X coordinate of D is X1 plus X2 by 2. Similarly, you can check that it's Y1 plus Y2 by 2. I'll put the D inside. Okay, first let me write this. X1 plus X2 by 2, comma, Y1 plus Y2 by 2. Okay, I know X3, Y3 and these coordinates, and you are telling me that this ratio is 2 is to 1. I am pretty much good to go. This seems to be very easy, right? Now let me do one thing. I'll erase this so that you can see in detail how I am doing step by step. Okay, so that there is no confusion. Let me do that, please. I think you have noted down this, right? Median and centroid. What's the semi-formal definition of it? I'm not good at giving formal definitions. I'm a simple common man. Understand only little bit small things. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so let's say I know the line segment. The line segment is something like this. This is a line segment. Okay, now I am trying to draw only this part, that is AG, and this is D, right? If you remember, I said that is D. Okay, now what I am drawing? I am drawing A. I am taking that line out of it and magnifying it so that it will be easy for you to follow. That's only my intention, nothing else. Okay, let me put it here. Okay, we are good to go. I have A, G, D, and I know the ratio is 2 is to 1. This ratio is 2 is to 1. And what is my x1, y1, x2, y2? Let's put them here. A coordinates. What's the coordinates of A? x3, comma, y3. Similarly, what are the coordinates of D? The coordinates of D are we got it here, right? What is that? x1 plus x2 by 2, x1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2. If it's not clear, I'll erase it. X1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2. What I did? Let me just give a recap. What we have done? We have a triangle ABC. We have been given coordinates of A, B and C. We have to find out the centroid of the triangle. We have been told that centroid is nothing but point of intersection of medians. that raises the question, what is median by the way? Median is nothing but line segment joining a vertex to opposite sides midpoint. Since I have all the vertices coordinates with me, I took A as the vertex and I found the midpoint of BC. Now the line AD is nothing but a median, right? Line AD is nothing but a median. Now what I have been given? I have been furnished with the information that centroid divides the median in the ratio of 2:1. This seems to be pretty easy to me because this is nothing like finding out the point whose coordinates are dividing two points in a specific ratio. That's L is to M, what we have learned. And our formula is Lx2 plus Mx1 by L plus M, Ly2 plus My1 by L plus M. That's it. Now let's substitute here and see. Right. What is L? This is L. I'll note it down. I'll just note it down here. And this is nothing but my x1, y1. Don't get confused. This is x2, y2. You have the same alphabets inside also, but I am giving you the generic ones at the top so that you will remember the formula. L into x2. So what is L now? 2 into, what is my x2? x1 plus x2 by 2, okay, plus m, that is equal to 1 into x1, that is nothing but equal to x3. This whole thing divided by 2 plus 1. Now this is easy. 2 cancels. I end up with x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. Okay. Similarly, if you do it for y also, what you will get? You will get the coordinates of the centroid G as below. G coordinates are x1 plus x2 that's it. We got it. That's about the centroid. Okay, right? So it's pretty clear, right? And you don't need to remember the formula. Suppose you have been given 3 coordinates, take the mean of them, x1 plus x2 plus x3, and divide it by 3 because there are 3 values. Similarly, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Similarly, we learned for midpoint that you just add the coordinates and take average of them, right? So this is about centroid. Something interesting we learned about in this video: how to find out a midpoint coordinates, what is median, how to find out median, then how to find out the coordinates of centroid. Okay, see you in the next video where we will take a specific example. It may be a little bit advanced for 10th grade, but I just want to go ahead and explain you about incenter and how to find out the coordinates of a incenter. That's going to be pretty interesting because we'll be using our angular bisector theorem also there. Okay, see you in the next video. Thanks for viewing. Thank you very much. Bye for now.